it makes sense that you are going to shoot a film with a completed script. But from what we heard from Marvel Studios, that script is sort of just a general guideline. Some directors choose to follow it very closely, while others go, yeah, let's just wing this today and see what happens. Enter director of Thor Love and Thunder, Taika Waititi, who decides when and where and most of the time to scrap what they came up with. So this is not the first time we have heard from somebody involved with Marvel Studios that directors take the idea of a script kind of loosely, and they see what the mood is during the shoot of the film and then change things, sometimes directly on the fly. This latest update comes at us courtesy of Variety from Natalie Portman, who was doing an interview in regards to Thor Love and Thunder and what it was like to work with Taika. And she says, look, it was a little insane and hectic, and she puts that in a good way, talking about how he approached the directing of Thor Love and Thunder. And she said that he more or less had an insane directing style where things move fast, things are flowing very quickly, there's a lot going on, that some days he comes in and there's an idea for this and they're like, okay, we're just going to do something different here because this feels and comes off good on paper, but when you try it, it just doesn't gel with what you're trying to do and what the scene looks like, so let's do it this way. Ad-lib this scene, do this. And we've heard this before ever since the beginning of the MCU. Iron Man 1 famously, we know that they started shooting that film with about 30% of the script complete. And then Jon Favreau was just like, hey, this is actually working for us, so let's not finish this. Let's just make it up as we go. And then we'll do reshoots, we'll fill in the gaps, and we'll see what happens. And that's kind of how the MCU has really been since the beginning. Besides a couple cases where the director likes to stick very close to what they have, others have more or less just, flown between, hey, let's stick to this, or let's make some crazy, insane, radical changes to what we have here, and we'll see what the end result is. And Natalie Portman saying this goes hand in hand with what we heard about Thor Ragnarok, where the same reports were stated by multiple actors, including Carl Urban. He was like, on set, things are changing. They're sometimes throwing out complete things, just going, yeah, what you did was better. Let's go with that. And Portman revealed that it was a very interesting and good time once you learn how Taika works and that you can just kind of sit back, relax, and you can make a movie like this where the pressure is still there, but you're having fun and you're allowed some creative freedom. And I think that really shines through the MCU films where you see that the directors allowed that, because the films are just always better for it. I mean, just look at the history of what directors have done this, and you kind of look at it and go, yeah, you know what? Those actors genuinely look like they're having fun. And then you got the ones that worked with Joss Whedon, where they say they got one line wrong and he would get upset and redo the entire thing. So, yeah.